Welcome, everybody. Sean Corbett talking about interest rates being a struggle. I had one of my partners and builder partners reached out and basically said, "Hey, we've got a 5.5 interest rate and 5,000 in closing costs, or you get 25,000 flex cash." And they're doing blinds, gutters, smart home features, and sprinklers are all included. And they're starting at 300,000. So it's pretty cool. I got one of the messages for that. And I usually, if I think it looks like a real good opportunity, I post it out there to let everyone, just like you're doing, let's share and teach people out there that there are ways we can get a quality interest rate if that's our biggest hurdle in moving forward with purchase. Where that helps us today is obviously the payment, because that's a big sensitive item all of us have, right? Monthly payment. You don't want to add another $500 of payment you can't afford. And I understand the challenge there. That the thing that most people do not consider and really evaluate is the future investment proposition for the property. Even at a 6.5, 7% interest rate, that value of that property is going to go up considerably. So I had a buyer. They're paying $2,000 a month. And I said, let's look at a home price of 300,000, 10% down, interest rate. We just took what going market is, 6.875 at the time I created this. And then we're going to adjust the payment to include the cost of the tax and everything else. So we're paying 2,000 a month. Now we're going to be paying $2,300 a month to get that $300,000 house. So we're going to pay a little more. Okay. But most people can absorb some of this. And it takes 4.4 years to break even. That means that my investment of 107 that I spent into it versus the 108 that I spent renting. Okay. So it's going to have a little bit of a time value proposition where it's going to take some time to catch up. Rent versus owning. Okay. But the big difference is you have this magic thing right here. This is what everyone doesn't really account for. As you're building some net worth with it, you're building equity, that you have total available. Now, some of it's yours. That's yours, right? So you can take 30 out, and then you've got 48,000 of appreciation, 13,700 of principal pay down in that 4.4 years. So you're still $60,000 of non-down payment equity. Big win. You turn around and sell in that 4 years. This is the money you got back that in 4 years and 4 months, you would have put $108,000 in renting. How much do you get back after 4 years? You get zero. So you got $60,000 that you now have available back to you through appreciation and principal reduction. Big win. This is a cool deal. It looks all kind of fancy, real super easy. I think I took 2 minutes to punch in some numbers and it spit this out. Now I can share this with my client. This is the big thing that people are just not really swallowing and understanding. They're not spending any time really evaluating. They only look at what's my rent, what's my mortgage, even if the mortgage is higher, and it probably will be. In fact, it will be. I gave you guys that illustration prior to COVID. You could generally spend what you spend in rent and get the equivalent lifestyle in your mortgage payment. You can't do that anymore. Right now, whatever you pay in rent, to get that equivalent lifestyle, you're living in a box, right? You just can't get it anymore. So we have to look at it a different way. And this is the best way to, I think, to look at it and say, hey, we're going to have money in 4 years that you would have never had if you gave it all to losing $100,000, a lot of money for people, and never getting it back. Let's create a way they can get it back. So the main thing I have and what I'm trying to share here is, are any of you working with buyers that are in that 250 to 350 range? That's the reason why having something like this is going to be really valuable to be able to share with them.